U.S. Citizenship Interview N-400, Paying Taxes, Owing Taxes and Good Moral Character, Part 1. Anne and Mark are seated across from each other in a quiet office room. The atmosphere is calm and professional. Anne reviews Mark's application notes and begins the tax portion of the interview in a steady, confirmatory tone.
Mark, we're going to talk about taxes now. I'll start with a general question. Have you ever owed federal, state, or local taxes that you could not pay right away?
Yes, Anne. One time I owed more taxes than I expected, and I couldn't pay the full amount immediately. It was about 3 years ago. I worked 2 jobs that year, and one of them didn't take enough taxes out of my paycheck. When I filed my return, I saw that I owed money.
Okay, just to confirm, you did file the return on time. Is that correct?
Yes, I filed on time. I didn't delay filing. I only had trouble paying the full amount at once.
Understood. What did you do when you realized you couldn't pay everything right away?
I didn't ignore it. I went to the IRS website and read about my options. I contacted them and asked about a payment plan. They allowed me to pay in monthly payments. I followed the instructions and set it up correctly.
And you made the payments as agreed?
Yes, every month on time. I didn't miss any payments. I finished paying the full amount within 6 months.
Good. Just to be clear, during that time, did you receive any warning letters or collection notices?
No, once the payment plan was active, I didn't receive any negative notices. I only received regular confirmation letters showing my balance going down.
All right, one more follow-up. At any point, did you try to avoid paying or delay contact with the IRS?
No, never. I knew it was my responsibility. I was worried at first, but I understood that the correct thing was to communicate and fix the problem.
Thank you. That's clear. Many applicants think owing taxes automatically causes problems, but what matters is how the situation is handled. Let's continue and talk more about your understanding of current tax obligations. Now I want to focus on your current situation. Do you currently owe any back taxes? Yes or no?
No, I do not owe any back taxes right now.
Just to confirm, all federal, state, and local taxes are paid and up to date?
Yes, everything is paid and current.
When was the last time you checked your tax status?
Earlier this year, after I filed my most recent return, I reviewed my IRS account online to make sure there was no balance.
Good. And your most recent return, was it filed before the deadline?
Yes, I filed it about 2 weeks before the deadline.
All right, let me ask a follow-up. If you discovered today that you owed a small amount you didn't know about, what would you do?
I would pay it immediately, if possible. If I couldn't pay it all at once, I would contact the IRS right away and ask for instructions. I wouldn't wait or ignore it.
That's correct. Another follow-up. Do you understand that unpaid taxes, even small amounts, can affect the naturalization process if they are ignored?
Yes, I understand. That's why I try to stay organized and check my records. I know that mistakes can happen, but ignoring them is the real problem.
Exactly. One last confirmation question for this segment. Have you ever been told by the IRS that you were not eligible for a payment plan?
No, I was approved when I needed it, and since then, I haven't had any issues.
Very good. Your answers are consistent. We'll now move into how you prepare to avoid owing taxes in the future. Mark, my next question is about prevention. What do you do to avoid owing taxes each year?
After that year when I owed money, I learned from the experience. I reviewed my paycheck and updated my tax withholdings with my employer. I wanted to make sure enough taxes were taken out each pay period.
And you did that yourself?
Yes. I filled out a new withholding form and submitted it to my employer's HR department.
Good. Any other steps?
I also keep track of extra income. If I earn money outside my regular job, I set some of it aside for taxes. I don't spend it all because I know part of it belongs to taxes.
That's important. Follow-up question. Do you review your tax situation during the year or only at tax time?
I review it during the year. I usually check mid-year to see if my withholdings look correct. If something changes, like overtime or a bonus, I adjust again.
All right. Just to confirm, you are not intentionally underpaying taxes to pay later. Is that correct?
That's correct. I try to be accurate so I don't owe later.
One more follow-up. If your employer made a mistake and didn't withhold enough, what would you do?
I would report it to them and also prepare to pay the difference. I know the responsibility is still mine.
Very good. That shows understanding. Let's move into your awareness of how tax responsibility relates to this application. For this last segment, I want to confirm your understanding. Do you understand how owing taxes relates to good moral character for naturalization?
Yes, I do. I understand that paying taxes shows responsibility and respect for the law. If someone owes taxes but ignores them, it can show a lack of responsibility.
Correct. Follow-up question. Is owing taxes itself a problem, yes or no?
No, owing taxes is not the main problem. The problem is not fixing it.
Exactly. Another follow-up. Based on your history, have you always taken steps to resolve tax issues?
Yes. When I had a problem, I contacted the IRS, followed the rules, and paid everything.
Final confirmation. As of today, is there anything related to taxes owed that could affect your application?
No, everything is resolved, paid, and documented.
Thank you, Mark. That completes part 1. In part 2, we'll continue with more detailed questions about income sources and reporting. Vocabulary note: Owe taxes, to have unpaid tax responsibility. Payment plan, agreement to pay taxes over time. File on time, submit tax forms by the deadline. Collection notice, official letter demanding payment. Back taxes, unpaid taxes from previous years. Up to date, fully paid and current. Balance, amount of money still owed. Deadline, final date to file or pay. Withholdings, taxes taken from your paycheck. Overtime, extra work hours beyond regular schedule. Bonus, extra payment from an employer. Underpay, pay less than required. Good moral character, legal requirement showing responsible behavior. Resolve, fix or settle a problem. Responsible, acting correctly and lawfully. Naturalization, process of becoming a U.S. citizen.